Hello, welcome to this video about ApolloCrossDev. As the name implies, it's a cross-development setup for users or developers that want to have an easy toolchain setup, including remote debugging and serial debugging in a modern Linux environment with Visual Studio Code and of course live execution and remote debugging on the Apollo V4 device. I'm going to show you this in this video, so please bear with me and you will see what the current state is. So browse to my GitHub site, wdriver, and then you'll see the ApolloCrossDev repo. You can just copy the link in your buffer, and of course you can read on the GitHub site everything about ApolloCrossDev. For this video I'm going to just show you. So we open Visual Studio Code. There's a Visual Studio Code running on a Linux machine. This is a Linux virtual machine. I can really recommend a virtual machine because I'm not responsible for messing up your operating machine, and also it gives a clean slate. So giving support will be much easier because it's more predictable. It's a virtual machine I made based on Ubuntu. This is also my reference Linux, so please use Ubuntu 24. And I have 32 gigs of memory and some 100 gigs of hard disk, but you can choose your own settings, of course. Okay, let's move over to Visual Studio Code, a free available IDE, very nice. And to get the repo, we just say in the command palette git clone. We paste the repo link, and it will ask where to put it, and then we'll put it on my home drive in ApolloCrossDev. Just takes well, half a minute or so to do the replication, and then you can open it and it will show you on the left the setup of ApolloCrossDev based on a compiler directory where one or more compilers are put, and the projects directory with all your projects. It's filled up already with some nice samples we're going to show you in a moment. So it's going to recognize that it's a workspace, so click on Open Workspace, and then you basically have the Visual Studio Code set up. So now the next step is to install the compiler. I'm just going to enter the compiler directory, and there I can kick off the script to install, and this will take a moment, and I will fast forward the video. I give my secret password, and basically from here the installation script will do everything. This will take about, well, depending on your settings of course, maybe 20 minutes or so. So I'm going to do a fast forward here of the video, and I will get back to you in a moment. So the install of the compiler has finished, and now you can see if you open the compiler folder that there's a GCC 650. It's the excellent Stefan Franke version, optimized for Apollo V4, and also included some additional libraries and development kits. You can all read it in the README file on ApolloCrossDev site. So for now, I'm going to show you how to compile. Of course, you can do this from the terminal using Make, or even a straightforward GCC compiler if you want to type a lot of characters. You can also use the IDE and say, okay, I want to do a build task, and then it will show you all the examples here. You can easily add projects yourself and also make these automated builds. It's very easy. Just open the tasks file and you can see how it is done. Same goes for the debugging. I'm going to just show you how it works. So we say, okay, run build task. And then we say, for example, Hello Intuition. Hello Intuition here is a project which is, of course, a very basic program, but it's real Amiga style, of course, with all the includes for the Amiga libraries, etc. So we want to run this on the V4 easily without doing a lot of work. So this is how it's done. Run the build task, say run Hello Intuition, then ApolloCrossDev will invoke automatically the GCC, do the compile, and also invoke the excellent Apollo Explorer from Ronnie Beck. to do the transfer of not only the compiled executable, but also the icons needed to launch it and the GDB server for remote debugging if you want to remote debug. So on my V4, if I open the RAM disk now, you will see there's two icons, the Hello Intuition and the Hello Intuition debug. For now, I'm going to do Hello Intuition, and it says Hello Apollo. Okay, so that works. So from here, you can basically start your own project and do everything. I just want to show you something about debugging. We have two possibilities for debugging. The first option is using the integrated serial debug. If I open another example, Apollo Demo, and you open the Apollo Demo source code, you will see that there are some Apollo libraries included with all kind of nice Apollo ready-to-run routines, including Apollo Debug, Apollo Debug Init. When it's called, it will enable serial output to a terminal device, so you can use a printf style debugging like here. You say, okay, if I have a flag defined for debugging, then it just outputs a formatted string, including all kinds of variables. As you can see, I'm using it later on also to do nice formatted output. Okay, let's show how that works in practice. There's also a second possibility for remote debugging, that is using the GDB-Server. I'm going to show you both at the same time. So first, let's kill this terminal window and maybe already start with setting some breakpoints. You can set breakpoints easily by just clicking on the left side, and you see a red dot where we want a breakpoint. So let's set the breakpoint also here and maybe here. That's okay for now. And now we do the same. We start a build project, run build task, and now we choose build Apollo Demo. It has compiled it, and it does upload now again with the Apollo Explorer. Not only the executable, but in this situation all the resource files included with my project also, so they are available on the V4 when I run it. So as said, this is some sample code I also use in Robin Hood, and it will show you some nice features of the Apollo Saga and AM mix. And it's already compiled and transferred. And if I open now the RAM disk again and I will clean up, you see not only the Hello Intuition but also the Apollo Demo. And for now I'm going to run the Apollo Demo debug to enable the debug output for serial output on my terminal and here live on the Visual Studio Code remote debugging window. So double click Apollo Demo Debug, you will see that it will start the debugger, and it's now waiting for the control from Visual Studio Code. So for that I'm going to start the debugger here, and again it's a drop down menu, and I ask debug Apollo Demo, and I will start it like this. It will run the GDB on the client side, and if everything goes alright, you will see that it starts and will stop at the first breakpoint. Here you see it. And on the left hand side you can see we have a nice view of the typical things you want to be able to debug, like the registers and all the variables, the local variables. And here you have the controls. For now the continue is working quite stable. The other ones, step over, step into and step out, are still a little bit troublesome. So maybe use the continue for now. And if I say okay, continue, we go past this one and it will load the screen on my V4. So as you can see, it's really now loading this simple intro screen. And afterwards I invoke the Apollo Play to play the background music. So let's do that. And okay, there should be some introduction sounds now. There's also some sound effects loaded into buffers. And from here, let's move this window. We go into the main area. It has a little pause now, and then it will fade down the music and go to the next breakpoint. We are in the main loop, And as you can see, it displays now the map of Leicester, the town where Robin does the demo in. For now, my mouse doesn't work because it's on the breakpoint, but we can see the values here. If I remove the breakpoint here and I say continue, we are live here and everything works. And you can see on the serial output still the live serial output. And if I push the buttons, I have the sounds. So this is basically what I wanted to show you for the current state of affairs for ApolloCrossDev. Thank you for watching, and please join us and help us revive Amiga. Thank you.